Hello everyone, welcome to Brompton once again. We are here today with Florian from Mo-Sys,
Hey.
and he's going to be talking about all these collaborations that we are doing to ensure that people have the best workflows when they are using their trackers and their virtual production studios for broadcast. So please, Florian, go ahead.
Perfect, and thanks for having me here. It's nice to be on the Brompton booth, showing our latest collaborations. I think, in general, we can say that it's very often that in a VP stage, you often see Brompton and Mo-Sys technology together, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why it's so important that we work together
Yeah.
to make this workflows a little bit easier, right?
Exactly, and because we were so much in the same space, we said maybe we should collaborate even more, right? Not just being in the same space, but do technology together, right? So there's different ways we're collaborating, right? And I think the best example to show our collaboration is the digital stars, right? So very often when you when you have an LED volume, we could say, and you have an LED panel, for people who don't know about the Star Tracker yet, how it works, the Star Tracker makes a blend between the real world and the virtual world. Well, when you film with an LED wall, when you move your camera, you want the parallax to change on the wall as well, and that's what the Star Tracker is doing. To do so, you put stickers on the ceiling, creates a map of the studio, and then it works. The problem is, what do you do if you have an LED ceiling as well, right?
Exactly.
So we did something together. We collaborated on development of a technology called digital stars.
Exactly, and I have to say, obviously, it's such a fluent technology. It's so easy, and the camera still doesn't perceive what's
Yeah.
happening, right?
Exactly. Well, the idea is that we don't have the same frequency on the filming and the tracking because there is our camera tracker called Star Tracker. It will see the digital stars, but the camera will never see it because it's not capturing the same frame. And that's all we want, right? It also won't reflect on the objects or the talent because the camera will never capture that.
Absolutely, that's amazing. So the interesting thing with the trackers is that it has been evolving, and it is becoming quite a big thing now for this kind of environments. For the reasons that you have said, obviously you have the floors, you have
Yeah.
the ceilings, and these might be all full with other things that cannot be sacrificed. So you want to talk a little bit more about other things that you guys are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking actually together earlier about like sometimes smaller LED walls for more mid-production uh, budget for production. And if you want to extend that, you will need set extension.
Yeah.
What is set extension? Maybe you remind quickly, but we can also show a video where it explains that. I think we should point there. Yeah. So here it feels like the actress is in this huge environment, and that's actually how big is the wall, right? The red frame is the size of the wall, and now we add the set extension, which means that we can extend the virtual world very easily, all in Unreal actually. So you cannot do that without accurate tracking. So now, if you have an LED ceiling, you're able to have that accuracy thanks to our collaboration and to track. But also, what's important for us is that the CG looks very good in terms of colors as well, and that it matches perfectly. But you also need to match on the wall. So that's also ways we work together to make sure that our tweaking of the colors in Unreal with our plugin is also matching with the colors on the wall, right?
Absolutely, and you are completely right. It's actually the perfect example of why this is important. So there is two things that in these XR environments have to happen. One is that the color has to match.
Yep.
Otherwise, nobody's
Yeah,
gonna believe it.
exactly.
You can see exactly what is the space. And the second one is that the spatial calibration has to be absolutely perfect. Any
Yep.
straight line will look offset, and then everybody will realize that that is a fake space, and this is what you want to avoid, right? So having this level of quality is very, very important.
And there's this other thing, since we're at NAB, and we were discussing the other day about that, about MoViewer, right? Which is something we develop and that really work with your technology as well and really makes a difference, is a way to do multi-camera switching, but not in a frame remapping way, more in a way when you have, thanks to an AI-assisted keying of the talent, let's say we are in front of an AD wall, we will be depending on the perspective of the camera, will be keyed thanks to an AI tool, and we will be recomposited with the graphics in Unreal, for example. So you can see all the right perspective with your camera as a preview, with the right 3D background. And then when you're happy about, let's say, let's switch to that camera, then we switch really to that perspective on the wall. So what it means is we can have very accurate quality because we're not limited with the shutter speeds, the exposures, the lighting. We can really do what makes it different. But also, when we do it that way, we need the same colors that the director saw on the wall as he saw it on the XR. So it's very important to work with you guys as well on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that this brings these possibilities. I mean, we have been talking about this a little bit because obviously previewing is so important.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to maintain the maximum quality possible in your LED panels. You want to keep all the frequency for all this subframe information to bring better low brightness performance. To bring all these tools like shutter sync, so it has to look great in camera. To bring all these tools together, frequency is very important, and what you guys are doing is freeing the panel to do what it does, perfect color. When it is shooting, it's gonna look great, but still we have a previs for the other cameras, so they know exactly what they are looking at, right?
It's an exactly perfect way to describe it, so perfect. Yeah, that's exactly the idea behind that, actually.
That's awesome. I wanted to mention because with the tracking markers, another thing that we have been working on, and this is something that we are announcing here in NAB 2024, is now you don't need anymore to send the frames one and another. It's not two frames anymore. Exactly for the reasons that we were describing, right? Because you want to optimize the way you're using these panels. So now with our markers enhancement, you can use when the camera shutter is closed to send the marker, and then as soon as it opens, the marker will disappear. So the camera will never see it, but
nice.
we are still using the right refresh rate.
This is great. I mean, that's really going to make a difference. And combining all this technology, I think, is the next step of film and broadcast, right, with LED wall.
Absolutely. I mean, it is all about creating the best tools so broadcasters, filmmakers can create the best projects they can in terms of color, in terms of accuracy with the spatial calibration, and obviously what you guys are doing with your virtual production toolset as well is taking things a step forward.
That's the idea, to do it together with great partners like Brompton. And the idea is, like you said, for the creative to do as much as they can and as much as they want to create without thinking of any limitation. It's our job to give them the best tools to do what they are the best at and to unleash creativity with that.
Absolutely. So that was great. Thank you very much. Is anything else that you want to?
Thank you. And always a pleasure to collaborate with Brompton, and looking forward to show a nice project we will collaborate on to the next NAB or even before, right?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Florian. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks.
Thank you.